Hello, and welcome to Street Aesthete. This is the show where we explore street view coverage of noteworthy locations, looking out for beautiful architecture and stunning scenery, while I amuse myself by remarking on what we see. I'm not going to lie to you, I have been putting off making this particular episode of the series for a little while, and the reason for that is that we are going to be exploring the Ukrainian capital today, Kyiv. Forgive me if I occasionally pronounce it Kyiv, that's the way I grew up pronouncing it. It's a city that I've actually long been interested in, but of course it is a place that has in recent years been, in the news and in current affairs. So I just want to say that what we're doing in this video today, and what I do on this channel, is not political in the sense that it's not partisan. I'm not going to comment on current affairs, on military matters, history. Well, history may come up. I'm not here to talk about that sort of thing. What I am here to talk about is mainly architecture, and I'm going to be mostly talking about that from an unschooled position. I don't really have any formal training in architecture, not even slightly actually, but I have a strong aesthetic sense, and so what I'm going to be doing is just exploring this city with an eye, as I say, for architecture, for street design, and just in the hopes that we can find something beautiful. Now, as you can see, this is some pretty old coverage from 2015, so let's imagine we're exploring the city of Kyiv in 2015 without any of the baggage of international news, current affairs, politics that we have come to associate the place with. And let me just say that this is already absolutely stunning. It's a great start for the city, it has to be said. I've been interested in Kyiv for a long time because I know that the place has a great mixture of classical architecture, or neoclassical I should say, from the Russian imperial period, that it has some interesting Soviet architecture as well, and indeed there may be some modern architecture, some post-Soviet interesting buildings for us to explore here. But what a street to start on. I've not really spent much time at all looking at this city. What I have done in the past is watched a 4K walk-around video of the place, which is why I knew that we were in for a treat. And there's honestly so much to comment on just this street alone that it's hard to know where to begin. Now, what I would say we're looking at here, it's hard to say for certain, but I mean, for me, it's a 50-50 between is this a 20th century building built during the times of the USSR, or is this actually something older from perhaps the time of the Russian Empire? It could be 18th century, 19th century. I would say probably not. Certainly these balconies, although they may be Soviet-era extensions, are not uncommon to be seen on Soviet buildings, especially with the wooden casements. But yeah, these are just beautiful, aren't they? Really lovely, fantastically well proportioned, symmetrical, lots of different colours here. We've got the pink here, the kind of the pistachio green. Is it pistachio? Well, not quite. The bluish green here, maybe that's teal, and we've got lots of little decorations and embellishments here as well. Now that actually I think is the telltale sign that we're looking at a 20th century building rather than something older. We would probably see something more ornate and a kind of baroque like this here if they were all older buildings, but instead we've got this more kind of geometric pattern. But perhaps we've got a mixture here of different time periods. And, I've barely moved from this spot and there's been so much to look at. I was intending to head north into the city centre, but, I keep finding I'm drawn further back down the street. We're mostly going to be sticking to the centre of the city because, of course, that's where the historic core is, where most of the interesting architecture will be. But, it may be. I've never done a 3 episode city before. This might be the first one because there is so much to see. And yeah, we've got a fantastic start here with lots of baroque ornamentation, lots of neoclassical features, lots of beautiful colours, and many, many exciting buildings, one after the other in a row. I mean, this is honestly quite exceptional, I would say, and not really the sort of thing that you might have expected to find in Ukraine. I've spent not a great deal of time in Eastern Europe, but I have spent some time in Estonia, which of course really is Northern Europe. That's the way it's usually classified. It's Northeastern Europe, but it is a country, Estonia that is, that, like Ukraine, was one of the Soviet republics, part of the USSR, and so there are some similarities in the place. And as soon as you get outside of the kind of the core of the city, you start to get what we affectionately call commie blocks, which these are certainly not, although they may well have been built in the communist era. And they tend to be, if you think of the classic Khrushchevka, they are the kind of faceless blocks of quickly built apartment buildings, which tend to be without ornamentation, but that is not what we've got here. So I don't doubt that there are many such commie blocks further outside of the centre if we were to head out into the south or into the west from where we are. But here in the centre, this quite clearly is, one of the great European capitals. There's no question that its architectural heritage is worthy of its place on the continent, which is an exceptional continent for architecture. And always nice to see a poplar tree, probably one of my top 5 trees. This isn't really the place to be talking about trees, but I might as well mention it. Top tree is definitely the eucalyptus, the gum. I'm also very fond of chestnut trees, oaks, poplars, and why don't we throw in it's a toss-up between a birch and a sycamore. And a beech, for that matter. I like trees. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to admire things like this. Forgive me if I repeat myself, but again, we've just got wonderful proportions here, the symmetricality of it. Just a fantastic building. Now that we've got so many of these wonderful edifices to admire, we can start to even be critical of really good ones like this. Could we not have done with a little bit more of this top part here, this gable? Could it not have been even more elaborate? Could there not have been more parts to it here on either side? But no, I certainly am not complaining at all about this building. And another really beautiful one beside it. This one distinguished from some of the others we've seen so far on the street by its arched window tops. And then in the background we've got something that looks as though it could have been built in the late 70s. It doesn't exactly spoil the view, but something like this might. Now, we can't expect every single building in a town or city to be exceptionally beautiful, especially in Europe, which underwent, during the Second World War, many bombing campaigns, and many buildings were destroyed. And indeed, many of the old buildings that might still have been standing have just fallen into disrepair and weren't able to be maintained. And so for that reason, it's very, very rare to find anywhere that's well preserved and cohesive. There are places, of course. The medieval core of Tallinn in Estonia does come to mind, although even that is marred by a few of the more modern buildings. But just to see a street like the one we did back there with all of those neoclassical buildings is quite special. Somewhere that I'm particularly excited to explore in a future video in this channel is a Czech town called Karlovy Vary. I think it means it's Carlsbad, Carlsbath, something like that. It's one of the old Bath towns, probably built in the 19th century. which is extremely cohesive and, as far as I can see, has many buildings, not unlike this, and not too many in between which are out of keeping. But anyway, we're not here to talk about places in the Czech Republic. We are here to talk about the buildings that we see here in Kyiv, and I'm honestly just loving it, just loving this street. We've got, we'll just talk about a few of the things that that keep this from, well, that keep the eye interested. We've got, of course, as a whole, this building is symmetrical. We've got these kind of two pillar parts in the facade here. 4 windows here, 4 windows here. So the symmetricality is there and plain to see. But then, of course, it's the fact that we've got some of these parts between the kind of twin pillars here, the twin towers, if you like, that are recessed. That means that there are kind of different layers, so that the eye isn't presented with one big flat wall, which can be sort of a bit sort of standoffish in a building. And we've got the decoration at the top here, which differs depending on which part of the facade we're looking at. So we've got the kind of the largest rounded recesses here on the towers, and then to the side of it, for sort of one window's width of a block, we've got the slightly smaller ones, and then these more sort of stylized squared off ones here. And so it creates a continuity across the whole, but is also varied as we go. I would, I suppose, like to see, ideally, a great big kind of neoclassical plinth thing on top here just to finish it off. But you can't have it all. We have got these little kind of these masonry antennas at the top here. It's probably not masonry, but perhaps stucco, or who knows what the building material is. As I say, no architectural training, but a great deal of interest. And we've got kind of interspersed with this neoclassical stuff, we've got more of this. It's almost kind of like, it almost reminds me of like kind of New York brownstone buildings. Of course, it's not, and it's this sort of reddish brown brick. But even this has got these kind of Italianate parts of the roof that are pointing out. It's not quite Italianate, of course, but it sort of reminds me of the style of Italian buildings, and that. In between this part that we've been admiring here, and then this other yellow building here, which there's something about the kind of almost the step. It's almost like a Belgian step gable. This design here, but actually, what it made me think of when I first glanced at it was it reminded me of Mexico, of the step pyramids of the Yucatan Peninsula and Guatemala. There's something, a little bit Mesoamerican about it almost. And interesting. On the other side, we've got this kind of 1930s, a little bit of Art Deco. I suppose we would call this brutalist. Because of the concrete. It's a common misconception, at least it was a misconception that I had, that brutalism is a style of architecture named after the uncompromising, brutal lines that we see in the buildings, and that it's sort of brutal because it's a big block. But actually, I found out that it's named simply after the building material, which is concrete. I don't know exactly what it is in French, but the brute of brutalist comes from brut, B-R-U-T, which is maybe the word for concrete in French, or of a part of the phrase for concrete in French. And I've paused here just to admire the extra neoclassical decoration on these columns, which is really lovely. Yeah. And we have been as we go down the street, sort of seeing this more modern edifice at the end. And as we come closer to it, we see it's not that interesting, but it has actually it has benefited from having this other, even perhaps newer looking building behind it, which has kind of given it, if we glance at it from afar, a bit of distinction. The shape that the eye is fooled into seeing the building as is actually quite appealing if you don't linger on it for too long, which we shan't. And yeah, just everywhere we turn, there are these fantastic facades. Really wonderful. Yeah. Wow, take a look at that. Yeah, there's just so much to it. And then we're confronted with this, which, in a way, there is something quite lovely about this scene. The meeting of the old and the new here. It's not the most interesting building, but, I was talking about how we have different layers, kind of recessed parts. We've at least got that in the design of this as I often call them, this glass and steel monstrosity. We've even slightly got a bit of kind of variation in the pattern where we have these parts of the windows that are smaller, but yeah, it doesn't quite have the same cohesion as we were looking at in that earlier building, where we can see the pattern on the top that was bigger and smaller in some places, but gave some continuity to the eye. We've got almost too much continuity here. Let's just jump over to this side and take a look at this one here. Yeah, very, very lovely indeed. An interesting one here, in that it looks as though we've got, as I've observed in other videos in this channel, the kind of classical design principle of the alternating circular and triangular tops. I don't know quite what the reason for it is, but you'll often see in a series of window decorations, you might see triangles above 3 windows, then arches above the next 3, then triangles alternating like that. And perhaps we'll get a better view from here. Yes, we will. And an unusual colour palette, but actually not unappealing on this building. We've got the kind of light greyish brick here, but then we've got this lovely brown stonework picked out, and the columns chiming nicely with the lovely brown window fixtures there. Really, really lovely colour palette on this building. I'm enjoying that, and there is so much to see in this city. It's almost absurd that this isn't one of, wasn't, let's say in 2015, one of the great European tourist destinations, because I imagine, as a Western European, I imagine my currency would go quite a long way in this country, so it wouldn't be an expensive place to visit either, and there is just so much stunning architecture to see. Well, I think what we'll do is we're going to leave Kyiv at this point and return to it in a future episode, because if we just take a look at the map for a moment, we've walked from down here only as far as here. We've come such a short distance, and if I zoom out again, there's all of this part over here and over here. There's so much of this city to see. We've barely got started. So join me again for another episode exploring the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. If you enjoy the music that you've been hearing in this video, then take a look at my first channel, which is where I upload all of my original music.